So anyway, we've done the John Cooper Works hardtop. We've done the Mini Cooper S Clubman. Now we're on to the Mini Cooper S Countryman. Same 8-speed automatic. This one has all-wheel drive just like the Clubman did. And I'm going to take this one out on the road, do the same exact tests that I did with the other cars, and see how the 8-speed automatic works on this one. So, a little overview. This is a Thunder Gray Mini Cooper S Countryman All4 with the Chesterfield Satellite Gray leather interior. Very nice stuff. Mini connected system, so this is a signature trim package. Pretty nice. I like it. It's one of my favorites. Blacked out badging, automatic tailgate, and plenty of cargo space, as you can see. And I'm leaving the seats down just because I want to. So I'm going to get the camera set up inside the car and we're going to get going. Okay, so in this car, the same rules will apply. Sport mode, dynamic stability control shut off, dynamic traction control turned on, and then the settings for the shifter will be regular automatic, then sport automatic, then manual shift mode. And as usual, this camera will be for point of view for the driving so that you guys get to see exactly what I'm doing. So we're going to start it up, and looks like we're good to go. Sport mode on, traction control on, and we're set. Alright, so in regular automatic mode with sport on, it's not terrible. It is a little slow on the shifting, which is to be expected for an 8-speed automatic. So it's not terrible, it's just not great. Now, I'm going to drive it back before I go to the next transmission setting so I can give you guys more of a better idea of what I'm talking about here. So, hopping onto the highway again. And getting up to highway speed, it's actually not that bad. It's just depending on your driving settings, or in my case, a gigantic truck in front of me that doesn't want to go the speed limit, it's not bad. Passing is decent. It shifts very well when you want to pass. So, can't complain with that. The 8-speed automatic on all these models I've shown you so far has been fantastic. It hasn't given me any reason to complain, which you think for someone who likes manual transmissions, I would complain about that, but I really don't. I kind of enjoy the vacation from my own shifting occasionally. That being said, when you're on the highway with a manual gearbox, you really don't do that much shifting. So, all in all, it's pretty good. I like it. It's in regular shift mode right now, so we're going to hop off the highway here in a second, and I'm going to switch it over to sport automatic, which means I'm going to need my handy-dandy camera again, because now things are going to get more interesting. All right, so now we're on to sport automatic. Settings stay the same for the most part. All right then, just finished my run in sport automatic. Definitely feels different in this car. I almost wonder if the gearing is slightly different to compensate for the heavier vehicle. But that was pretty fun actually in sport mode. Sport mode with the sport automatic, I like it. I actually think it was pretty fun. In fact, that's probably how I would want to drive this car all the time. If you noticed though, and I don't know if you could have seen it in my POV camera, but when I'm driving the car in sport automatic, and this goes with the other cars as well, you'll notice even when you drive them, you'll notice that it seems to only go up to the 7th gear and it doesn't go any further. That might give you the impression that the car might actually be a 7-speed DCT. It's not. What actually happens is in Sport Automatic, it only uses 7 gears. If you have it in regular drive mode, it will use all 8 gears. And if you have it in manual shift mode, same thing applies. But if you have it in Sport Automatic, it only uses the 7 gears. I almost think that's because that's all it needs. I almost wonder then if maybe 8 speeds is too much for this car, as it were. But not terrible. I like it. I'd own one too. So, I like the Sport Automatic. I still say the same thing with the rest of the cars. If you're going to drive it in Sport Automatic, do it on the highway or on a track, because it works better because of the longer shifts. Now, you might be wondering, well, can I take a Countryman on a track? And I would have to tell you that despite the fact that it's considered a compact SUV or a crossover SUV or whatever, it is not anywhere near what a regular SUV or crossover is. This car is designed to be just like a go-kart, just like the rest of the Mini lineup. And that's the way it is. That's the way they're done. In fact, the manual shift mode run, when I go out and do that, I'm going to take you around my favorite loop so I can prove to you that it is better than a regular SUV. And my hope is maybe you're so impressed that you might want to actually buy it. Or buy one, I should say. So, I'm going to grab my camera again and pop it into manual shift mode. All right. What did you think of that? So manual shift mode in the Mini Countryman is awesome. That was a lot of fun. Granted, I was holding a camera in my mouth, so it made it a little bit more difficult, but the manual shift mode is phenomenal in this car for some strange reason. I think it makes the Countryman even more fun to drive. Whew. But as you saw, I had the stability control shut off. I only had dynamic traction control on, and this thing still held the corners, still had plenty of grip. I mean, you gotta, it's insane. It's phenomenal. They're so well built, they're so well put together, they're so well designed to handle the roads and be grippy and all this other great stuff. It's just a phenomenal car. You see how excited I am about this. So, I'm going to let you all go. Bottom line is, if you want an 8-speed automatic, or that's your only option for one of these Mini models, I don't see why you can't have that transmission and enjoy it. And I encourage you to even go out and take it for a test drive. You'll be floored by how much fun it is. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like below. Don't forget to comment. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel. And as always, life is too short to drive a boring car, so drive a Mini. I'll see you next time. I'm gonna head out here and have a little bit more fun.